Pa 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 pa. The last chapter, last grammar lesson of the semester. Chapter 14, grammar lesson number 4, the past perfect. Now we have gone over these before when we were doing the present perfect, so this is going to be somewhat of a review. At the same time, you may be using this to go over what is the past perfect formation while you're studying the present perfect. The past perfect is used to express something in the past that preceded another past action. Mariana ya había aprendido francés antes de mudarse a Francia. So, what happened first in this sentence? Mariana had learned French before moving to France. Well, she learned French first. Then she moved to France. But they're both in the past tense. Había aprendido shows that she did that in the past before she moved to France in the past. That's what the verb haber does in the present or in the past tense. Since the main action is in the past tense here, it will be translated and it will be put into the imperfect for the past perfect by taking the imperfect of the verb haber and the past participle. So, yo había, I had. Tú habías, you had. Él, ella, usted, había. Nosotros habíamos. Vosotros habíais, but we're not going to concentrate on vosotros. Ellos, ellas, ustedes habían. And then we're going to add to that what you already know how to do from chapter 11, the very first series of grammar. I think it's point 3. We're going to use the past participle of the verb. Remember, AR, ER, IR verbs and the participle endings ido and ado. So looking at the sentence example up there, aprender is the verb. Since it's an ER verb, it's aprendido. Había aprendido. Mariana had learned French. So, Antonio decidió mudarse a los Estados Unidos. What would you say? Antonio asistió una escuela de inglés en España. Antonio compró un boleto para viajar. Antonio encontró un apartamento en Nueva York. Antonio obtuvo sus papeles de residencia. Now, all of these are past tense indicative statements. They simply relate facts. Number 1, Antonio decided to move to the United States. 2, he attended an English school in Spain. 3, he bought an airplane ticket to travel. 4, Antonio found an apartment in New York. 5, Antonio obtained his residence papers. Now, which of these came first and which of these came second? And construct sentences about this. Here's what they may look like. Antonio ya había aprendido inglés cuando compró su boleto. Notice that Antonio had already studied, had studied English, box number 2, when he bought his ticket, number 3. So box number 2 occurred before box number 3. Antonio ya había encontrado un apartamento cuando obtuvo sus papeles. Antonio had found an apartment when he obtained his papers. Notice number 4 comes before box number 5. Completa las oraciones con un verbo en el past perfect. Complete the sentences with a verb in the past perfect. Yo ya había comido. I already had eaten when I saw you in the restaurant. Notice by the time I'm seeing you, the eating was already done. So I had eaten precedes seeing you. Lucía ya cuando el teléfono sonó. So when the telephone sounded, Alicia already had woken up. Se había despertado. Notice that despertarse is reflexive, and so se, the reflexive pronoun, comes before the conjugated verb, in this case, haber, había. Number 3, nosotros ya habíamos dicho que íbamos a venir. We had already told you that we were going. Are you going? Yes. And we told you that before. So, having told you precedes going. Number 4, asking a question. ¿Ver tú esta película o fue la primera vez? Had you seen the picture before, or was this the first time? ¿Habías visto tú esta película? Héctor y Iván todavía no habían emigrado de Uruguay cuando su primo se fue.